Hello and welcome to Chill Game Build, the channel where you come to chill and where I play video games, build Lego and repair gadgets. This is Series 2, Episode 9 of my Build and Review series, and this is the series finale for Series 2. I hope you've enjoyed watching this series as much as I have making it. Anyway, in the last episode I built this, set 76914, the LEGO Speed Champions Ferrari 812 Competizione. And in this episode, I'm doubling down as I'll build and review this. Set 76918, the LEGO Speed Champions McLaren Solus GT and McLaren F1 LM. Here are the details from the lego.com website for set 76918, the LEGO Speed Champions McLaren Solus GT and McLaren F1 Le Mans. It was released in January 2023 and is still available at time of recording. It retails for £39.99 here in the UK. It contains 581 pieces, which works out at 6.9 pence per piece. And this set has an age recommendation of 9 years and up. Here are my opinions of the LEGO Speed Champions McLaren Solus GT and McLaren F1 LM, set number 76918. I will start with 3 things that I like about this set, followed by 3 things that I dislike. Then I will rate it based on 3 key perspectives, being the build experience, play experience and value for money. And finally, I'll give my overall verdict. Starting with what I like, and the first one being the Unorthodox Solus build. So I feel like there has been a valiant effort made to recreate such a sleek looking vehicle. This may however be a sort of love it or hate it situation, and forgive me if you don't like this model. I initially wasn't too keen on it as I was not too familiar with the source material and it does look a bit odd. But now that I'm holding it here in my hands, I do really like this model, and I think LEGO has at least tried something different, which is nice. There are some interesting connection methods that have been utilised to achieve the unusual shaping. This is in fact 9 studs wide, and instead of a chassis piece, this is built up using various bricks, tiles and Technic pieces. And at the heart, as you can see at the bottom, is this modified 6x2 plate that is normally used to attach wheels. There is also a Technic propeller piece that creates a fin at the back here, and it's all connected to this module, which also connects the lights to the rear. There are some other interesting techniques around the car, so it does make for quite a nice model. My second like would be the interior details. So starting with the Solus, it is fairly simple in here. We've got only enough space for a single driver, but this steering wheel does lift, so it makes it easier to get the driver in and out. There's a slight suggestion of a chair, although it does look a bit uncomfortable in there. At least there's a little orange headrest there. and a plate just down at the bottom. I do like how the game controller piece is used as a wheel and how it's connected using 3 other pieces, and they simply attach there to enable it to be articulated. It's easy enough to get the driver in and out. They lean back, push the steering wheel down, and on goes the roof. In the F1, we have a centrally mounted driver's seat and 2 passenger seats in the back, as with the real car. Although the 2 rear seats are unsuitable for minifigs without some heavy modifications, so probably the whole back of this seat would have to come out to allow the legs to have space and the support behind it, just so the shoulders can also fit in. I do like the inclusion of the gear stick in there too, just towards the driver's right. And the third thing that I really like about this set are the minifigs. So I'll just get them out of the car here. So we get 2 minifigs. They both come with a helmet and a hairpiece each, which gives the opportunity for multiple combinations. And the bonus is one of the heads has 2 facial expressions. I'm glad that the clothing has some variation too. One is more casual and the other is in race gear, but both feature the McLaren branding to make them unique. And props for the attention to detail, as both have a hint of orange to match the rides. So those are a few things that I like about this set. Now over to my dislikes, and the first one being the fragile F1 front. So the nose is actually held into place by only 2 studs. I'll try and demonstrate it here, though it may be difficult to put it back together. And I haven't really found the perfect connection for this. I sort of have to push down on these here to get it to press back into place. And it will hold, but I just fear that, especially during play, that will come off very easily. The splitter down here is held in by 2 rods that attach to holes on bricks with studs on the sides, and everything must pretty much line up perfectly, since these 2x2 bowed pieces above the wheels will cause some interference. So again, this front piece of the hood will press up against the top of the splitter and against these pieces here too. So you sort of have to pinch those together there to get it to sit nicely. And sometimes I find there's a bit of a gap just here, so the studs aren't fully pressed in. There have been occasions as well where I've tried to put it back together and I've ended up breaking more pieces off. So I haven't quite found the secret to this, but if there is one, please let me know in the comments. The second thing that I dislike about this set are the sides on the Solus. So these are quite fiddly. They constantly require adjusting, especially if you forget about them when you go to pick up the set, this model, and you'll knock them out of place. They don't necessarily come off all too often, but just the constant realigning of those is a little irritating over time. These thin pieces can also get knocked off quite easily, as they're just hanging on by a single stud connection. So you do have to be a little careful with the parts that stick out. We've also got these pieces down here on the bottom of the splitter. They're sort of hanging on, and I haven't had them fall off necessarily, but they are quite close to the ground, so probably have to be careful with those during play. that they don't come flying off. And the third thing that I dislike about this set are the gaps on the F1 model. So there are a few gaps here and there, especially down around the front wheel arches, that do detract from the overall look of the model. You can just see, just because of how everything lines up, it is difficult to cover all of those gaps. And we've got a few just down here where these pieces connect. Might be a little nitpicky, but definitely do catch the eye once you spot them. So how would I rate this set? Well, for the play experience, I will give this a 2 out of 5. There are no major play features, as with most Speed Champion sets. They do roll, but I wouldn't trust them not to have pieces come off. Especially, they come off easier than other sets from this theme. And there is only enough space for one driver in each car without any modifications. For the build experience, I'll give this set a 4 out of 5. I had a great time putting both of these models together. It took me approximately 2 hours to complete, an hour for each car. There are 4 bags in the first bag. In the second bag you put together the Solus, and in the third bag and the fourth bag is the F1. As always, I took my time building these, and the design was especially creative with the Solus. The F1 had a few more stickers, but it's nice to see the sides being built together and how these details come to life. And for the value for money, this set gets a 3 out of 5. I feel the price is okay for this set. Both the models look great, but they might not play so well. You can race both cars together or individually at the risk of pieces coming off fairly easily. The price per part ratio is good compared to other Speed Champion sets. It retails for £39.99 and it contains 581 pieces. So that's 6.9 pence per piece, and in the States this set sells for $34.99, which works out at 6 cents per piece. According to brickinsights.com, for LEGO Speed Champion sets the average price per piece is 8 cents, and the average price per minifig is $17.13. So overall, this set gets a 3 out of 5 from me. You get 2 good looking cars which are a pleasure to build and have on display. They may require gentle play, but the price per piece is fair. I'm sure car enthusiasts would love to have the iconic F1 LM and the modern Solus GT as part of their collection, and it could be fun for kids to play with too. Thanks for watching my build and review video. If you enjoy my content, please like, comment and subscribe. I would really appreciate your feedback so I can continue to improve the quality of my content. This has been Chill Game Build. Stay tuned for the next one. Over and out. Peace.